What are they?
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, our next presentation is ready in the Presenters Theater. Please join us in the Presenters Theater at this time.
About to get started. Here we go. We're going to get started in a little bit. My name is Vince from AdTunes. It's a pleasure to be here. Icon15, really jacked up. Just want to let everyone know we're getting started. 353% more leads, more sales with a weird and unusual form of marketing. Do I need to break it out again? So what we're going to talk about today is the fastest path to amplify your lead funnel system, make more moolah, and put it in your pocket. Now, what did this thing have to do with anything? The air horn. Come on over. I see you guys looking. There's plenty of sleets over here. Come on in. Come on in. The water's warm. What did that have to do with what we're going to talk about today? We're going to get to that in a little bit. First off, have you ever wondered what it's like to wake up with dozens and dozens of leads in your email inbox? Yeah? Raise them up. Have you ever wondered what it's like to have customers cheerfully hand over credit card information to you over and over again? And finally, have you ever wondered what it's like to dominate your niche and put more customers in your business? Yes? Yeah? Would you like me to share the fastest path to amplify your lead funnel system? Anyone want to hear the quickest way to amplify that? Yeah, we got some people over here. How many people are not going to raise their hands no matter what I say? There you go, all right. And we just lost connection. Okay, we're back in. How many want to learn how to effortlessly gather more leads and sales literally by tomorrow? There's some in the back. All right, another one over here. Good. So what you're about to discover is the secret behind the 353% boost in sales. You're also about to discover the best strategies for setting up a lead funnel system. And finally, you're about to discover the 3 simple steps to produce your own system. I promise by the end of this presentation, you're going to know how to convert more leads than 99% of the folks in your niche. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about whiteboard animation. Whiteboard animation is a way for business owners to engage their audience in a captivating, sexy way. It's a way to convert more leads and more sales for your business. How many people here have seen whiteboard animation? Awesome. Why whiteboard animation? Why whiteboard? Well, people want to be entertained. They don't want to be sold to. Okay? People have limited amount of time to, when they go to your website, they want to know what you've got to share with them, how you're going to basically improve their business. So you have just a few seconds to grab their attention. And people want the complex made simple, right? Right. And lastly, when we go back to this, should I hit it again? We need a pattern interrupt to what they typically see every day. They see traditional form of marketing, videos, talking head, PowerPoint. We want to disrupt their day and pull them into our world. Okay? We got some head nods. So for those who haven't seen whiteboard animation, let's see if we can get this working.
I do know this. When I watch one of these AdTunes whiteboard animation videos, the message is so simple, even a 4th grader gets it. The original high-quality hand-drawn website and convert more visitors, period. Stop by our AdTunes booth today and sign up for a free strategy session.
So that was my 9-year-old daughter's debut with the first ad tune in a voiceover. So we're not used to hearing 9-year-old voices give a promo video, right? So that's a pattern interrupt within a pattern interrupt, grabbing people's attention. That video we put up on Facebook with minimal amount of ad spend turned out in 10 days a variation of that. That's a quicker version. 70,000 views within a few short days, returned 230% return on the ad spend. So pretty amazing, wouldn't you say? Yeah? So a little bit about me. My story is I grew up in an Italian-American family, Irish, Czech, and my two first loves were art and athletics. I had the great fortune to play sports growing up. I played football, went to St. Vincent St. Mary, paved the way for a guy by the name of LeBron. You may have heard of him before. We share the same Hall of Fame together. We don't share the same bank account. That's the thing. But anyways, went to college, played college ball, then played overseas in Hamburg, Germany. This guy over here played there as well. And we had a blast. At some point, I moved back to the States. I wanted to start my career and did so in the corporate world. I was there for a few years. Then I thought to myself, I've got so much to offer the world. I want to go out and do my own thing. Stephen Jobs was a hero of mine. He said, make a dent in the universe. My dent was to start a cartoon marketing revolution. So I wrote the book, The Art of Selling Using Cartoons, 2006. And we were the only agency that was all focused on strictly cartoons. There was no one else doing it at that time. And so life was good for a while, and then life got challenging. And the economy hit, and things got rough. Business took a downturn, and we amassed a lot of debt. And it was a tough time. I was going through a divorce at the time. My ex wanted me to quit what I was doing, and she wanted me to start, just get a minimum wage paying job and leave the vision behind. What am I to do? I stuck with it. I played out the vision. I said, I'm going to go back to one of my customers that I worked with, and I presented him with this idea. We can take your whole your value proposition and visualize it. He was like, what are you talking about? Slides, illustrations, and PowerPoint? No. We can visualize it and animate it. So no one else was doing it at the time. I had to convince him to do it, and basically we agreed on some upfront development costs. He then said, if you beat my control by 10%, I'll give you a large chunk of change. Beat it by 20, I'll double that. We'll get more into the story, but the basic gist was we crushed his control. We'll get into that in a little bit. So that began the upswing. We began helping companies all over the country, all over the world, and things were going great. And when you do that, you help businesses increase their lead flow, their cash flow. That essentially, obviously, brings more revenue and more profitability. When you do that, you have more profitability, you have more freedom. So I'd like you to write this down. AdTunes equals freedom. When is the best time to plant a tree if you're considering this? Anyone know? Yesterday, all right. How many prospects have we lost because we haven't done anything like this unique and dynamic? How much revenue is lost because we don't have leads coming in? And then if you're not thinking of doing it, him-hawing, guess what? Your competition is. So first one in gets a lion's share. You can really grab their attention more. And if you've got competition doing this kind of stuff, you need to be competing with them with your messaging. Okay, so on to the 3 simple steps to success. We begin with the end in mind, get an AdTunes created, and then we take the cash to the bank. Number 1, so begin with the end in mind. Decide what you want. Mike Gary wanted to beat his control by 10%. In his business, if he does that, he's a happy camper. Okay? We also had another client, Russell Brunson, wanted to make $1 million from a launch. Most people just want to increase their leads and their conversions. So back to the Mike Geary store. So there we are. Like, okay, we're gonna create this video. I get in my kitchen, I sit down at my little table, I get an easel from my mother that she gave my kid for Christmas, and I put the camera behind me and I start drawing. And we film it, and we put it into YouTube. We send it to Mike, he starts testing it, and what do you know? We don't beat it by 10%, we don't beat it by 20%. We beat it by 85%. Boom. Instant. We then did some tweaks, we then honed it in even more, and he then put it up, tested the ad tune against itself, and just tweaked a few things, and saw another 268% bump. How many people here would like to have a 353% bump in sales? One over there, one over there, yes. Okay. That, because of that, the guy made $1 million a month. The video is still up on his website, Truth About Abs. You can write that down and go check it out. I did not invest in the course myself, though. Should have. Okay, 2, get your ad tunes video created. There's 5 simple steps to get it created. I won't go into all of that, but essentially we do all the heavy lifting. We start from the scripting phase, we collaborate on the script. No one knows your business better than you. No one knows how to assemble one of these things better than us. We've done hundreds and hundreds of these things. So once we have the script created, we then will create the audio file. We have half a dozen voices, male and female, to choose from. From there, we go into the storyboard. This is the most important part of the process, where we put the pictures to the words. This is not software. This is real artists drawing on a board. From there, we go into filming. That takes about a week. The whole process takes 3 to 4 weeks, and then essentially you get an MP4 file format back, and we merge everything up in final production, where we take the audio and the video, and we'll drop in sound effects and animation bits to really hold that attention. Does that make sense? We all getting this? Yep. Cool. So, with the process, we've had a lot of great success, worked with awesome business owners all over the country and world. This is one of our clients, Elizabeth Hagnorn from Integrity HR. She said, just one phone call, AdTunes nailed it. Okay, so we listen to the business owner, we collaborate with them, and then we send the scriptwriter off to do the script. Okay, the visuals blew us away. Here's another one, 232% more leads on my landing pages. As soon as I put that opt-in for my free 30-day trial, opt-ins have jumped 232%. As you're dealing with AdTunes, and on and on and on. Pretty cool stuff when you're helping business owners increase their lead funnel. Step 3, take cash to bank. What are we going to do with the extra conversions? Where are we going to invest in additional income? Are we going to sit on the beach, enjoy more time with the family? What are we going to do? Those are good things to have in place and know. So another customer, Russell Brunson, he owns ClickFunnels. It's here today. He's one of our best customers. I think he's invested 12 projects with us. He had a webinar he was driving traffic to. He had a lead funnel system where he's bringing traffic into that for a webinar. Essentially 57% opt-in rate, and essentially that was unheard of in his industry. And they grossed over $1 million in sales. Are we with me? Cool. So, another client, this is an interesting point. This guy had a 22-minute video selling a how-to course to parents. It was basically, and what he found in the data was 23% of all the people watched the video all the way through to the very end, as opposed to with his traditional PowerPoint presentation, only 14%. Most people say, oh, people only have a minute and a half attention span. Not necessarily. If you've got a message that's connecting with someone, they'll stick around for a long time. So, will you be our next success story? What can we do to help you in your business and grow it? Real quick, who's this for? We've worked with just about